So to put it simply, Mother Earth hath sent me to moggeth the entire society. She hath done this to instill true authority beyond insecure social mammals, who trade the entire capacity of their soul for measly shingles of social validation. Mother is crying for her lost children. Today we call them back. But the only thing that should be maximized in the midst of a perceived life is death. When you thought that death was separate from life, of course death was always going to be chasing you. Of course all your actions were going to be outrunning that deathbed. Because when you don't walk with death, you will always have regret on that deathbed. Because you forgot that there was no separation between death and life, between you and I. And in understanding that there's no separation between those things, you get to live every moment free. You ever see those videos of those kids who get told they have cancer? The parents are all freaking out, but the kid isn't. The kid's not even crying. The kid is completely fine with what is occurring. Because be like a child once again, and thou shalt enter the kingdom of heaven. And you see heaven is transition. You see we truly are frolicking free under the Most High's canopy. And if you want to be down in the density of war and separation, that is your choice. What's up, my boy? How doth thou dwell today? No response there. But are we going to make that social mammal interaction make us feel small? The pride that only comes with the feeling of powerlessness that you need to override. The only time that you would try to gain a sensation or feeling of power, to build a big tower, is when you felt like life had brought you down to begin with. Wailing infant, brought into this life to be powerless. But what is humiliation to hue? To a color spectrum that begotten ratios of races in such a dense formulation, these eyes perceive information in form. So when you begin to see beyond the limitations of the light spectrum that we were born into, 0.0035 is all your retina can perceive as a latent observational human being. And when we let go of that grip, when we shift the geometry of the lens, we literally rise in dimension. And this goes along with all of the actions that we take. They don't even begin to appear so fake as to look linear in time to begin with. We act in spontaneity, in joy, manifested stagnation. If stagnation didn't exist, neither would you. The things that you are born of, most of us aren't even purposeful. Most of us were literal accidents. And if our parents wanted to say it was on purpose, there were so many shadows that they were ignoring and disregarding that they can't even say it was fully them that made that decision, rather the forces of which they host. Because you got to be a good host to be a good social mammal. You got to completely give up your sovereignty, the awareness of your soul, in order to fit into the societal norms and subconscious molds that are necessary for the claymation of this temporary script in creation. You have to be small, or make yourself look big to get over that sensation of smallness. It's the exact same thing. The prince and the pauper both cling to their perceptions of scarcity. Hilariously, I frolic free while I laugh at these things and simultaneously cry because of how long my people and I have been caught within the perceived need of lies, of social mammal disguises, of trying to be impressive so that we can taste the heights. But we are everything. What is novelty to all eyes in being? There was no need to chase this particular story, this little script, which is just a blip on the radar in a big ass film, looking through the entire eons. If time is really not linear, just back up. Just hold on. Just take a breath. We're not even gonna go all the way into the intellectualizations that boil in the head. We're gonna take it, we're gonna bring it into the soma. We're gonna lay down on this floor. Do you think you need a bed? But that's just a coma. Smelling the aroma of amnesia that takes us down. So allow your awareness to shift back in and down into the viscera of the flesh. Literally nothing in this world will allow you to rest. There is nothing in this world to find or see or look outside of thee in order to be. You literally have to reverse that externally oriented attention in order to gain any sort of attention oriented in the place that you wish to face in this life. The place of grace, the place beyond the haze. You have to decide to take that grip that literally carries your identity throughout the days and perform the trust fall. Let it go. Like it's an angel carrying you throughout the skies for so long, but it's tired and you're making it overwork. Because what's gonna happen if you just let yourself fall? Well, you wouldn't even know, you never tried it. And this exact analogy is exactly the strain that your muscles are holding on to every time that you try to maintain this perception. It is psychosomatic. The way that you perceive begets the way that your knees buckle, that your heart chuckles. We got social mammals walking in the room. So it is Rain Cordio. This is where the video ends. And if you decide to follow the lens, I hope to see you soon. Bloom, blossoming consciousness. But you conclude, the final solution is you, YOU, your own universe. Reverse the externally oriented attention. See the obvious lessons that are within. This makes retention easy. This makes everything that you could imagine seem so seamless in the midst of this experience. Simply allow. The threat begets the threat, brother. So many programs toil through the mind. This is a spiritual bypass. Look at my actual life. Look at the war. Look at the strife. Mother Nature does not attack unless you send the chemical fear signaling to begin with, my friend. You can't be predated upon unless you decide to become the prey. And unfortunately, we were born into such predator-prey loops. So it's going to take perceived effort, letting go of what you think is you, in order for you to be made new in you, naturally unprecedented food. And that is me calling you food because you just consumed this content. Now get consumed. Don't be afraid. Beyond the poetics, let the trust fall be performed sincerely. The only way to go beyond the fear and societal norm is to trust in what you might not currently be able to see. But if you can perceive this resonance, you know it's there, so go be.